and welcome to the pit lane here in London. We're under the podium and the season is over. Pascal Wehrlein became our world champion, and I must admit, I'm going to go to you first, Aisha. I honestly think the race yesterday set him up perfectly. The way he dominated, the way he won, and then all of a sudden from then to today, he took that momentum and he's bagged himself a championship.
Yes, honestly, I'm so happy for Pascal Wehrlein. I'm so happy for the team. Honestly, congratulations. But you know, deep down, I've been so, I don't know, I'm actually gutted because I've been rooting for Mitch all weekend long, and I just know that he deserved it. This might be his one chance, and then, you know, it should have been him. Could have and would have.
Yeah, you were hoping for the fairy tale story, the man that's been the bridesmaid for so long.
No, it's not a fairy tale. It was so close. He's almost there.
Yeah.
And it was just lost it.
Yeah, it's just a missed attack mode for him. I'll pass it over to Pico. Pascal Wehrlein Pico. Like, it looked like at one point, you know, once the second attack mode was missed by Evans, but before that moment when there was Oliver Rowland was in the middle, it felt like it was going one way. It felt like it was going Evans, and you know, maybe luck was just on his side this weekend.
It was just crazy all the way throughout. I thought that there could have been a fairy tale today, and that was Nick Cassidy, after not doing any laps in practice, and then getting pole position, and then him winning the championship. That's what the fairy tale would have been today, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately, for him. But yeah, no, I mean, Pascal, absolutely incredible. We've seen it in the past where he's had these championship fights, but he's not been able to see it to the end. And to be able to see it to the end, and that being the outcome, I'm super gassed for him. Yeah, it's very bittersweet down at Jag, but winning the team's championship, but losing with both their drivers in the drivers' championship. But yeah, Pascal was absolutely incredible this weekend. Like he was the outsider. None of us picked him on Friday, and he has put egg all over our faces by doing this weekend, and he's honestly a truly deserving champion.
Yeah, part of me, Pico, would have liked him to have done it simply because no one was talking about him. You know, even Formula E themselves, right? They pitched it as a title fight between Mitch and Nick. They did a whole VT, and they left poor Pascal out. They only put him in the little art thing with the spare wreckage, you could call it, that they put together. So in that term, it was really good to see sort of Wehrlein. You know, really, we were wanting Wehrlein to be aggressive. We were saying Wehrlein wasn't aggressive enough in the pelotons, and Saturday he was aggressive. He took the race, he won the race, and today he got past Gunther when he needed to get past Gunther. Couldn't get past Evans, but then as the race went, he didn't need to.
He proved everyone wrong, and honestly, it was absolutely fantastic. I think this is the most complete weekend that we've seen Pascal Wehrlein. I want to say ever.
Nah, I think Daulay, he's had a couple when he won both races last season.
When he won both races last season.
But he's shown glimpses, especially early in this season. He showed glimpses, but he's finally got across the line. He didn't fade away. He didn't fully fade away this season.
And the thing is, he was the person in front coming into today. Yes, he wasn't yesterday, but today he was the person that both Jags were looking at, and he was the one that was behind on the grid.
Yeah.
And so to come back and to seal that championship, got to feel for Evans, got to feel for Cassidy, but well done to Pascal.
Right, so let's hear what Pascal Wehrlein had to say.
It's been a long weekend, a lot of work, a lot of preparation, focus went into this weekend. You know, it started after Portland, saying that we have a chance to win this. The odds are not with us as we are 12 points down, but I always believed in this. I always said myself multiple times a day, you can do this. And yeah, you know, manifesting that win and really believing into that. And even though the last couple of races I was not so happy with my car, with the balance, struggled. The races didn't go our way, and it just doesn't matter. Coming here, I said I want to win both races. We almost did. Today was super intense again. Having both Jaguars in front of us, first couple of laps, also Günther between us, which I had to pass to put pressure on them. Yeah, I mean, we executed this weekend perfectly. So happy for the team. Yeah, for me, yeah, I'm happier for the team than for myself, because I know how much it means to everyone and how much work they put into it. I mean, I also put a lot of work into it and working on myself, working together with the team to make us better. But for sure they are having a harder time than me. So yeah, this championship is for them and for my loved ones, and yeah, let's celebrate now and focus soon on next season.
But then I suppose we have to talk Jaguar now.
Yes,
right?
yes,
like,
please.
Like, it looked like, going into that race, it felt like last season with Envision, where they tried to over-manage it, and they felt like that Jaguar kind of over-managed. They were, you know, Evans helped Cassidy with the first attack mode, and then Evans was like, is he going to get this back? And then all of a sudden they weren't in a position with Wehrlein in the middle where Evans could return the favour. They weren't in that position, and then it just went away slowly,
Yeah.
and they were dejected. Obviously Cassidy crashing,
Yes.
right, getting the puncture from Dak and then not being able to finish the race, so similar to last season. And then Evans, you know, missing the attack mode and then having to slow down and wave his championship goodbye.
No, I know. I mean, it's quite painful to watch it. Obviously, I was literally grabbing on your arm when that happened, because it was literally like so scary. Then again, the team is so close to getting it. But then again, I think it's just the amount of pressure that the team has to take.
Yeah.
You know, because when's the last time a team got like teammates fighting?
Yeah,
over
exactly. It's
each
kind of an
other?
unknown environment, isn't it? It's like
Exactly.
they've never been in that environment
No.
before,
And-
and that kind of cost them, not
Yes.
knowing what to do.
And I don't think any of the teams have experience with that as well, so they don't know what to do, they don't know what's the right decision to make, and that just sort of happened and it slipped away.
Yeah.
And I know that James Sparkle is so happy with the team winning the
Of
team
course,
championship,
that's
but that's not the goal. That's not the goal for the two of the Jaguar drivers.
Indeed. Pika, I'm going to pass over to you. In terms of just adding to that point, in terms of the situation, the Jaguar weren't in this situation or haven't been here, but they kind of saw it last season with Buemi and Cassidy. So, and they saw that they mismanaged it. Do you feel like they mismanaged the situation a bit today, and that's what cost them in the end?
The thing is, last year's situation was a little bit different, because with Envision, Buemi wasn't in title fight, so Buemi should have been told help Cassidy at all costs. And what we saw there was something that shouldn't have happened, and Buemi and Cassidy came together and knocked Cassidy's front wing off. The Jaguar situation is a little bit different. When you got two drivers going for the championship, admittedly, yes, the team championship is on the line, but the only line that should be there is don't take each other out. James, I'm sure James doesn't have his favourites, but there shouldn't have been any sort of thing. I know that like historically in Formula 1, hasn't there been, I want to say it was Alonso and Hamilton in 07 where they put a wall in the McLaren garage or something like that.
Yeah.
Or was that something with Senna and Prost? I can't remember. But it should have been two teams in Jaguar today. There was Team Mitch and Team Cass, and the only thing that James would have said is come back with the team championship first and foremost, manufacturers championship if it's possible, but they should have they were right to sort of like act separately.
Yeah.
And
They put a lot of emphasis on that team's championship
Yeah.
today, and you could see at the start that the team championship felt more important because they were in that 1-2. Evans has got into that 1-2, and then they decided to try and help each other out with attack modes, get them out of the way. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be the case, right? And that was the problem there for Jaguar. So let's hear from both Jaguar drivers, Nick Cassidy and Mitch Evans.
Yes, I was in for it. Yes, I was on for it. I had straight away, as soon as I got hit, my car was extremely damaged.
To be honest, a lot of strange calls quite early in the race from the team. I feel a bit blindsided, to be honest. So compared to what was discussed before the race over the last 2 days and to what was voiced to me was really surprising and disappointing. I was told we could race freely, but that was clearly not the case, and that's what's cost me the World Championship today.
I suppose there was a winner though of today's race, and it wasn't Pascal Wehrlein, it wasn't the Jaguar drivers, it was Oliver Rowland. And what a season he's had, you know, missing a little bit of last season to return to Nissan, and what a season he's had. Unreal.
No, he's been amazing. I told you at the start of the weekend I was quite starstruck because he got quite a shift. I think last time I checked he ended up somewhere between 12 or 15 in the driver's standing.
Yeah.
And now he's just, what, 4th?
Yeah.
Second win of the season, he got everything he wanted. It was quite
And he missed those 2 races in Portland. If he didn't miss those 2 races in Portland, who knows? That win could have been massive for him in his own championship.
Who knows? He
contenders.
could have done so much better. But Rowland, I feel like he maximized his potential this season.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people would have thought that Rowland's going to be
Up there, yeah.
going to be this strong. But then again, I just talked to Rowland before he got back with his daughter and his wife, and I forgot what to say. I just say happy holiday, and he's like, yeah, sure, I thought you was about to say something, but no, it's just happy holiday.
Just happy holidays. I know everyone's is in that kind of that mood at the moment. Pico, just a quick one on Oliver Rowland. Again, just an incredible season from him.
I think I was one of the naysayers when Oliver Rowland rejoined Nissan, because he missed half a year of Gen 3, and that we need to say that he missed half a year. He didn't, and that meant that he didn't really do any of those peloton races.
Yeah.
The only thing that he got quite close to it was I think he was still there in Berlin because that was earlier on in the season last year, but that was more or less it in terms of peloton races that Ollie Rowland had done before he left Mahindra. So coming into this season, I think we all thought Sasha was going to be the number 1 at Nissan. I think Sasha thought he was going to be the number 1 at Nissan.
Well, he did on the Friday interview. He said he came in with the wrong mentality, thinking that he was going to lead the team, and he quickly proved that he wasn't going to be leading the team.
Exactly. And Oliver Rowland has just come in, smashed it out of the water. And honestly, I need to have some humble pie, I think. But yeah, I spoke to Oliver. I think it was just after the Diriyah race. I think it was between Diriyah and Sao Paulo. That 6-week thing. And honestly, that's the happiest interview that I've ever done with him in the 2.5 seasons that I've been in the paddock. And so I think he feels like he's come home now at Nissan. And yeah, who knows? If they've got the package again next year, don't count them out.
I wouldn't count them out until right. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to catch Mr. Oliver Rowland in the media pen. It was a very big, busy media pen. But hopefully, the press conference has been uploaded today, and we can hear from Oliver Rowland. If not, we'll move on to the next segment.
Coming into this year, the targets were clear in terms of we were going to try and build a strong team. We had a lot of new people that were kind of quite inexperienced in this particular area, and it was a case of getting them up to speed. And to be honest, if you'd have told me at the start of the year what we've achieved, I would have never believed it. You know, we wanted to build some consistency, we wanted to get some good results, and we've done more than that. And I think yesterday I was pretty disappointed a little bit with myself, and you know, with the result that came out of it. I've never had any luck here. And then today I kind of bided my time a little bit, took my opportunities when I could. When I got to 4th, I really didn't want to get involved at all in the battle, because the last thing I wanted to be was influence what was going on. You know, I think the 3 guys that were in the top 3 have been the class of the field, and I think they deserve to fight it out fairly. So I kind of sat there and watched and almost just kept a safe distance away at times. Then obviously what happened with Nick was pretty unfortunate for him, but I managed to get the place, and then the 2 guys were obviously still yet to do their attack mode, and then there was the issue with the safety car to give the position back. But yeah, super grateful to the team. It's been an amazing year and something to definitely build on ahead of next year.
Before we wrap up, I think we need to talk, obviously, a lot of driver moves that could be happening at the moment, some not too far from us. We'll start with Stoffel Van Dorn, potentially going, obviously, he said he's leaving DS. Is he going to that blue team there, Maserati, behind us? What do you think is the latest that you've heard?
That's the big rumour. I mean, there are lots of moves that are going to be happening up and down the season. Some of them
which
are
is
still
quite
saying the
surprising, I
same.
think.
Yeah, some of them are still saying the same. Well, you say it's not that surprising. I'd say
No, I said
last
surprising.
year. Yeah, last year was more surprising because it was halfway through a sort of generation. Because we got a new car, it is sort of the perfect time to
Move.
to switch around. I say new car.
New generation.
No. It's the same. It's still Gen 3. They've just tweaked the front wing. That's
But added a lot more stuff.
and added a
four-wheel
couple of other
drive.
things.
More
But
power.
yeah, so it makes more sense for people to be swapping up and down the pit lane. Stoff Van Dorn. So the big rumour is he's going to end up at Maserati with a direct switch with Max Gunter.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make much sense to me, and
Well,
I'll
if-
explain
okay.
why. So for the last 2 years, Stoff has sort of struggled a bit.
Yes.
With
Since he's been champion, it hasn't gone
Yeah.
quite his way.
he struggled with DS Penske. So he's moving from DS with a Stellantis powertrain to Maserati with a Stellantis powertrain.
Is it because maybe it hasn't worked for him, so they're happy to keep him? It's a bit like a Danny Ricciardo situation with Red Bull. They're happy to keep him in the family, but move him across to Maserati, see if it works better there, and bring Maximilian Gunver, who has done a great job. Look at Maximilian Gunver in qualifying. Again, how brilliant has he been this
Well,
season?
the thing is, I think it's just because the way the ship's formed, because there was very strong rumours that Stoff Van Dorn was going to end up at Envision. That's not the case. We believe both Freins and Buemi are going to stay there, and I had a chat with Envision earlier this week, and they are basically, yes, that's what's going to happen. So they're staying put, and I think it's just way that the cards have fallen, is that there isn't anywhere else that Stoff could have gone. He potentially could have gone to McLaren, but we're hearing some other stuff as well, and we'll get into that shortly. But yeah, Maserati, it just feels sort of it's sort of like a sidestep. It's not really
well, I think he's just being kept in part of the family and see if a new environment for Stoffel works.
and that's what it feels like to me. So I'm a little bit concerned about Stoff going to Maserati because I do fear that it could just be more of the same.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Jake Hughes now, because this one shocks me a little bit, that he is stepping away from McLaren.
he's not.
Arguably. No, he's not, according to you.
He's not.
Okay. But he could be.
He could be. There are chances.
There are chances that he might be moving again, partnering Stoffel Van Dorn at Maserati, potentially, is what we're hearing. But for me, he's been... I know Sam Bird's had a good season. I don't think anyone can negate that. But I think Jake Hughes has been McLaren's strong driver.
Yeah.
And Taylor Barnard, who has been brilliant since he stepped in, and Formula E is rumoured to be coming in. And I think that's good for Taylor. But interesting that they felt they needed to do that switch, considering how well Jake has performed.
I don't think it's the right move to kick Jake out of the team, because Taylor Barnard, obviously, give him one more season in F2, then we'll probably see him somewhere in Formula E, and that would be great. But Jake Hughes, I feel like it'll be right to keep him somewhere, even if it's not in with McLaren, even though he's really happy with the team. And Jake has been really strong. I know that Sam Bird has been going around and telling people that he loved the season and it's not a bad season, because I told him that it was only an okay season. He's like, no, it's been good. But then again, Jake, he's been really strong, he's been very promising, and hopefully he can actually achieve something. But about the move, I don't know. I don't really hope or expect him to move somewhere outside of McLaren.
Well,
but what do you think of it?
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. At the moment, he's been very coy on his future, has Jake Hughes. So we'll hear from Jake Hughes right now.
Yeah, I mean, these races are obviously very... There's some serious winners and serious losers in these races. You know, there's a lot of damage out there. There's a lot of crashing, a lot of bumping and barging, and makes for probably a good race for fans to watch. But in the cockpit, it's like you have to thread the eye of the needle pretty much every single corner, trying to just keep your front wing intact. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Today I didn't.
Before they turn the lights off, we must wrap up the season.
Season 10.
I know.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Great job.
Excellent stuff. And it says there, see you in season 11. I don't know if you can
December
catch that.
2024.
December 2024, we'll be back in Sao Paulo. So I suppose well, we can just wrap up the season, right? And Aisha, I'll start with you as you got the mic. It's been an incredible season. What was your standout moment?
I don't know. I've been enjoying it, and I'm so glad. This is my first time being on the preview and wrap-up show with FEZ. with Pico and Jack, and I basically crashed into Pico's pit wall, so watch out for that. And it's been really great meeting Jack in person, and he's actually shorter than me, maybe.
No, wait, we just said. Hold on. She's spreading lies. It is the first time that we met. It is the first time. It is very true.
Pico, obviously I know him.
We know each other.
We know each other, and it's been really nice. I feel like my highlight of the weekend is obviously Jake Hughes telling me not to switch up on Tottenham and to keep on supporting them, but not really, no.
Yeah, your football catch. I love how your season review, by the way, is about your time with us and Jake Hughes giving you football advice.
No. Right. So Hughesy told you not to not stop supporting Tottenham.
Yes, and then he told me
Aston Villa fan of the year, everyone.
No, but hold on. I thought you said you were going to support Chelsea. You look, I know. Okay.
I'm going to switch up on them.
So for context, right?
Sorry. You're doing Tottenham and Chelsea.
No, you can't do that. Terrible.
No.
You can't do that.
He told me to stick up with.
You have to pick one or the other, not Spurs. Never pick Spurs.
You can't.
Terrible. I don't. Where's this show going?
You can't do that.
Wait. So.
Yes.
Are you giving up on Chelsea? Sorry.
Yes.
I've been standing sideways
I'm
a lot in this.
giving up.
You're giving up on Tottenham to support Chelsea.
Yes. But
Good.
then again, Hughes is like, oh, if it's Foden or Palmer, he's like, Foden, obviously. It took him less than a second to answer that.
I love how you've gone on this
Fair
rant.
enough.
I love how you've gone on this rant tangent. I love it. So your moment of the season was Jake Hughes telling you to support Chelsea. Excellent.
I know.
Pico, what was your moment of the season?
My moment of the season was when Oxford United got promoted against Bolton.
Wrong. Formula E. Let's get back to it.
No, it would have been Formula E related if Vernon Kay was still in this paddock, so I could gloat. But no, I think honestly, my highlight of the season was today. Honestly, this is the most excited I've been for a season finale in 7 years or so. The last time where it was properly. Obviously, the last couple of years we've had Jake won it on the Saturday. We went to Seoul knowing Stoff was going to win it. Season 7, you had pot luck really. Season 6, Da Costa wrapped it up early. Season 5, I think the only reason we went down to Spande was there was the accident in New York. Season 4, Jev wrapped it up the day before. So season 3, when it was Sebastian Buemi did that walk down the pit lane in Montreal.
Yep.
That was the last time it was a properly really exciting season finale for me. So
it was good.
Yeah, this
good.
I think is the best one. So I think this is the best one so far. I'd put it over the fastest lap shootout about 5 mile down the road
in Battersea Park.
And the one the year before as well in Battersea.
I have to admit, London was very good this year. I think Saturday's race was one of my favourite races, and
mega.
And it's a shame. I know there wasn't much overtaking today, which did. I know it was a couple of race laps later.
Shorter. Buemi though made up 13 positions.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we missed a lot of overtakes, but I like that it was a bit rough and racing. I like that it was a bit touring car, and it was Formula E in London. And I think it's a massive shame if it does drop off the calendar. I hope that if we can't stay in XL, that Formula E can find somewhere else in London, because I think we've shown that the XL is not that bad of a place for Formula E, and in terms of facility-wise, you can't go wrong.
This
I
is
think you're
the
just
one.
biased, Jack. It's just because you're based in London.
All right, thanks. We're not going to Leeds. No, thank you.
I think Manchester would be a good option.
Maybe.
Right, maybe
Who
Liverpool,
knows?
maybe Warrington.
No, right.
No, Liverpool.
You're just saying new
I've
names
been to
where people have
Liverpool.
been.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe Barnsley.
Maybe Barnsley.
There we go.
There we go.
Draw us a track.
Right, and on that note, that is the end of season 10. I suppose that's the end of season 10 for Formula E Zone 2, because there's 10 seasons.
No, you've been doing this for 10 years, Jack Giordmaina.
Well,
how do you feel about doing this for 10 years now?
I've loved every minute of it. Honestly, I wouldn't change any of it for the world. It's been absolutely amazing, and long may it continue.
What is your highlight after doing this for 10 years so
After
far?
doing this for 10 years, my highlight.
Good question. We should be interviewing James.
There's a lot of highlights. I still love season 2, the final. That picture of Degrassi going into Buemi down at Battersea Park is still one of my favourite pictures I think I've ever seen. I've just see some drivers like Alex Lynn, for example, when he won here in London, and And you know, he had loads of struggles in Vision. He showed bit quality, he showed qualities at Jaguar, and finally at Mahindra, and he still couldn't keep his drive. But you know, he got that win, and it was such a good send off. So that's cool. There's tons, and I can't think of many at the moment. But Pascal Wehrlein obviously winning has been great for him, and it would have been great to see Evans win the championship. So hopefully maybe that comes soon, because obviously the story, as you said earlier, the fairy tale. He's been here since a long time. So lots to continue. So 10 seasons of Formula E. Here's to hopefully 10 more. How great would I be by then? That's the question. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you so much.
You're going to go white, surely.
Yeah, at some point. It's already starting. But we've loved obviously having you along. And this isn't the end. So if you're watching this really as it comes out, the FE bar is on tomorrow. Me and Pico will be live from 8 p.m.
It might be today at this point.
But depending on when it's out. But on Monday and hopefully during the off season as well, there will be many chances for you to have your say on the FE bar. So come on, we're hoping to have lots of shows. So thank you so much. That's been us from London. Good night.